There are certain players who, in their own way, continue to improve, to overachieve, and to ultimately succeed. Quentin Grimes is absolutely one of those players. With 4 seasons under his belt, Q has established himself as a true pro. Whatever the team, whatever the situation, he stays ready, keeps the right mindset, and impacts the game whenever he's on the floor. In the offseason, Quinton has made yearly trips to work out with Penny, building on his skill set and fine-tuning details. Dynamic on both the offensive and defensive ends, he's built an identity of fitting in where needed. When in New York, he had to grind on the defensive side. In Dallas, he had to pick his spots playing off of Luka and Kyrie. This past season in Philly, he came in and provided scoring when needed, stepped up as a leader, then took the tough assignments night in and night out. As Penny sees it, for Quinton, as long as he keeps stacking those days, his NBA star will shine soon enough. So here it is, some inside basketball conversation from a former superstar in the league and now coach to a current player being a true pro on his grind, working on his craft. It's Quentin Grimes once again on the Two Cents Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcast to catch every episode as soon as they drop.
Yo, what's up, everybody? No introduction needed for my next guest. He's been on before, but he's one of my favorite players, one of my favorite guys. Quentin Grimes, welcome to my Two Cents Podcast again. Welcome back.
Appreciate
Yes, sir.
you.
Yes, sir. We've been working out for a few summers now because of your agency, and I can say, man, it's been a pleasure, honestly, to work you out because your work ethic is unmatched. I've worked a lot of guys out. I can say another Houston guy, Kendrick Davis, is another guy that worked hard, but your work ethic, your talent to be able to play the combo guard, what I see in this gym, I'm waiting on somebody out there, and he didn't say this, I said this, to get that freedom to be able to show what I see and hear every single time because super talented, on his way to being an all-star. You heard it from me first. Welcome back.
My God, appreciate you.
I want to start with just some history. Proud alumni. You always joke with me about U of H. First of all, I'm a huge Coach Kevin Sampson fan. I can consider him a mentor, and I try to mimic as much as I can from him because, man, he's a winner, and he's just one of the smartest guys that I've ever spoken to when it comes to the game. And the way that he approaches this thing is not only about basketball, it's about life.
Yeah.
Just talk about that and talk about what you witnessed this year as an alum with the team making it to the championship game.
Yeah, like you said, just Coach Sampson, just everything he does is intentional. Everything he sets a standard from day one. Starts in the summertime, like no matter what we do, we got to be minimum 15 to 20 minutes early. Like sometimes he might be there 20 minutes before us, and then he gets mad at us for not being there early enough. You know what I mean? So he just starts in the summertime, 6 a.m. running. Everybody's on a trike before we run at 5:45. So it starts from there, and then you just see how he's done it from the time he got to U of H where they weren't that good. Then he sets a culture, brings in guys that kind of fit and mold to what he wants to do for that team. Then they just take off. And then kind of once I got there, we kind of just elevated to a whole nother level. Everybody bought in. It's hard to buy in, though. Like my first year, man, he had me like, I'm ready to, I don't make sure, didn't know if I made the right decision. I'm like, damn, did I make the right decision coming here? Like everybody said, he going to be on you, but he gives his guards and all his players like 110% freedom as long as you just play hard and rebound. So playing for a guy like that, it makes it easy knowing that he's on you every day, but he gives you a lot of freedom. Sometimes, you have a coach, they be on you, and you don't get no freedom. You like, oh, no, this ain't going to work. Like, this ain't going to work. But he's just on you 24/7, and he demands perfection in everything he does, so it carries over to the game, and you see why they're able to be successful year, time again.
Yeah, well, what I've seen from everyone that's left U of H is the pride that they have after leaving. That lets you know the effect that Coach Sampson and his staff had on you guys.
Yeah.
Now, going to the next level now, you've been in the league a while. I can say a while. You're gonna be a vet in a minute. Yeah,
right.
It's going quick.
Yeah, man. I looked up. I was like,
yesterday.
Year 5. I was like, dang, like it's going by fast.
Talk about these first few years, man, of being in the league versus when you first went in. Let's talk about the mindset you had when you first went in the league because you had a chip.
Yeah.
Is that chip still there, and where's the mindset now?
Yeah, I think that chip is always there for me. Just going into my first year with the Knicks and Tibb, you get that everybody gets that stigma around him, like you don't play rooks. he don't play the young guys. Like, it's hard to get that trust. So my mindset was like, man, I'm gonna do whatever I can possible to make sure Tibbs gives me a reason to play. If I'm on the court, I gotta pick up full court. I gotta do something where he gotta make sure he doesn't take you off the court. And then once you kind of earn that trust and you start building, you still have the habits instilled from Coach Sampson. Then you go to another tough-nosed head coach like Tibbs. You just keep building those habits every single day. It makes it easy to come in with the right mindset going into every game. And then we had a good success there. My first 2 years, was guarding the best player every night on the court. And then the third year, we brought in a few more guys. Got a little tricky with the rotation. Everybody wanted to not enough ball for everybody in a sense. So I think got to figure that out. But my first few years, it kind of gave me that foundation on how to be a pro, how to take care of myself, how to just approach the game the right way. And I feel like I kind of try to translate that to every time I step out there on the court.
Yeah, let's talk about guarding the best player on the other team every night, man. Come on, what mindset do you have to do that? Because you know they're coming at you.
Exactly. That was like the first time where like I had to watch my PD coach, Darren Erman, like always watch film on who I got to guard tonight. What's their tendency? Do they like to go right? They one dribble pull up. If they going left, they going all the way to the paint. Are they shooters? If I got to chase them. So that was when I first started watching more and more film on how to guard guys and their tendencies. And then you watching film on those guys, you kind of learn some more about yourself. You're like, oh, I could have did this better. I could have, if I was him, I would have got this shot. So just watching film, you keep learning stuff about the player, but also yourself and where you can elevate your game.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say next. What have you learned about yourself through these first 4 years and how you've approached the games, practice?
Yeah.
Like, I know we're still talking about the chip. If you have a chip, we know it's all full on. But just for guys that are listening that look up to you and want to be like you, what's the mindset when you first came in? Because you don't know as much, and now you've had 4 years.
Yeah, I think just like that toughness and just kind of cliche, but just being ready for your opportunity aspect. Like, you can say this to everybody, but you never know when your opportunity might come. You may be 10 minutes, it might be a whole game. But for me, like with this year, like I got a DNP with Dallas early on, like 10 games Tennessee, I got a DNP. But like having that mental strength, that toughness aspect of it, just knowing like just don't worry about it. Like you've been through worse before, you know what I mean? Like going through myself at Kansas and stuff that kind of prepared me for what was going on early. And then you kind of Kyrie goes down, I end up starting, and I have the season kind of takes off after that. So if like Luka, Kyrie were down, I would kind of fill that role. Like Luka missed a whole month, you know what I mean? That's an opportunity for me. I didn't know, nobody knew he was going to be out for a month, so that's an opportunity for me. You have to stay ready and keep preparing yourself. I was in the gym every night, getting my shots, getting my treatment, watching guys like Kyrie, Clay, how they take care of their body, how they get up extra shots before practice, after practice, how disciplined they are with their routine and stuff like that. Kind of really focus and change my mindset to knowing like the opportunity's gonna come, you got to be ready for it. Then you get traded to Philly. I didn't know PG, Maxey, they was gonna miss the whole rest of my time, but I mean I can't control that. I just gotta be ready for what's thrown my way. And then like you said, I've been with you for the last 4 years doing PG work, being ready for it. We didn't know when it's gonna come into play, but then it comes into play when you kind of least expect it. And then some guys are ready for it, some guys aren't. And then luckily I've been blessed to be in a position like I was this year to be ready for it and really show the world what I was capable of.
Yeah, just, I was impressed with your maturity when I first started working with you because you were very mature and understood who you were and what you can do. And you wanted to get back to your point guard ways and off-season work. How important is it to work the combo work, like the point guard work and shooting guard work?
Oh, they both go hand in hand, you know what I mean? Just knowing that being a point guard in high school and being a main facilitator, like you want to always have those tools to make sure they don't go nowhere, but also knowing that most of the time a two-guard ball dominant scorer, but also knowing I can pass the ball, get my teammates involved and do whatever I can help the team win. So just coming back and working with a Hall of Famer like you just makes me want to just listen and just soak up every bit of knowledge I can to just improve my game. Like you said, I might have to play PG for a good majority of the season, so being ready for that, knowing how to get guys involved, reading the game a lot better off of pick and roll reads and stuff like that, just trying to elevate my game as much as I can, because it's going to help you know what I mean?
Yep.
No matter if you're a big man, if you got to come out and dribble handoffs, you still got to be able to have that feel, be in sync if you're playing with a guard, playing with a big who like to get in the post, like to pick and pop. You got to be able to have all those type of reads and feels within the game.
Yeah, I've watched you every summer, and when you first got here, you had some glaring weaknesses. I was like, okay, he's really great at this, but he's weaker in this.
Right.
The one thing that I respect about you is now I look at those same areas, they're not weaknesses anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? You've attacked those.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people try to shy away.
Yeah.
why would you shy away from weaknesses? Talk about attacking your weaknesses and the things that you felt like you had to get better at.
Yeah, I give a lot of credit to my surrounding group, my inner circle. You know what I mean? They're not afraid to tell me like you can't go right and pull up. You don't like to go right. I know I don't like to go right. Like I know that. Like, but I know I also got to get better at that. I don't mind when people tell me that criticism. Like you said, go back to the foundation. Coach Sampson, he gonna be on you every day. He gonna tell you doing this terribly. You gonna run for it. You want to stop. You gonna stop running. You gonna change it. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
if you have weaknesses in your game and people are not exploiting them during the game, but they gonna force you certain ways. Okay, cool. I gotta get better at that. I gotta make sure there's no deficiencies in my game. Ain't nothing gonna be perfect, but you try to strive for. You got to get right to it if you can't get to it. I feel like I just every year just try to add one or two things, go right, pull up. Like this year was a big thing with my mid range. I was working in my mid range a lot last summer, so I feel like that was adding just what it gave me about like 4 or 5 extra points. You get the free throw line, you get to the paint. I mean, it opens up a lot more things for you. So just adding a few things every time in my game, knowing I'm gonna probably have the ball a lot more this season, just being super comfortable. In that aspect, off the dribble and 3-ball, mid range, and get to the paint because you're gonna be in that decision making role a lot this season.
Yeah, another thing going along with the thought of the mid range, which you've done really well, was finishes. When we worked on
Yeah.
finishes 4 years ago,
Yeah,
it was just bad. Now it's very dynamic. I was
Right.
really impressed when you said let's work on finishes. I was expecting you to struggle with certain things. You really didn't. You've gotten so much better with your finishes too, man. So I see what Philly is getting. Like I said, if they could just allow it to happen, man. I see. Just talk about you wanting to work on your finishes as
Yeah.
well.
That's what I'm saying. Just that was also was my biggest thing for sure with this season was finishing. Just and that translated to what I did in the summertime was working on my body. Because I remember with Dallas we had like a little team, little mini camp or whatever. We was all out in LA. And that was my first time being around Kyrie. That was my first time seeing Kyrie and both Clay just like after we got done playing pick 'em and working out, how they was taking care of their body, how they was like going back in the weight room after we got done with just the little team stuff
Yep.
activity. So I was like, man, like that kind of stuck with me. Like I really gotta take care of my body, even though they 35, 32 or whatever how old they are.
Yeah.
That's I don't want to be in that point. I want to do it now so you can play even longer. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So I was watching them how they take care of their body. Like Kyrie this season, like he get super around the clock treatment, like just always working on his body and weight room, making sure everything is just in tip top shape. So once I started doing that, kind of really prepared me for this season, like going in there, finishing off 2 feet, 1 feet, taking contact, all type of finishes. Then watching Kyrie, by default, somehow get better at finishing. You know what I mean? Right hand, left hand. You just in there, just I'm trying left hand floaters all the times and watching him because I'm like, man, his stuff is damn near perfect. So I'm like, I want to strive for that. So it's good to have those guys around you every day that are trying to push you and give you something to strive for.
Yeah. So is the game slowing down now? You know, as a rookie, everything's fast.
Yeah,
Is it slowing down?
Man, 100%. Rookie, I'm like, boom.
Talk about how fast it is early, and then what makes it slow down.
It's so fast because like you just not used to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not used to the game. You're not used to the crowd. MSG, you know MSG bright
Yes.
lights every night, so
Yeah.
it's crazy. But like your rookie, you just trying to, like you said, do whatever you can to get on the court. So I'm just trying to pick up full court, playing super fast. And then you don't want to make a mistake because I'm going to tell you, rookie, you know what I mean? You get them out, get them out.
Yeah.
So I was just like, it was just super fast. And every year just slows a little bit more down for you. Every year you kind of get a little more rope, you know what I mean? To room to make mistakes and just come down. Then the third year you get more and more rope to go out there and play. Then Jay Keat, he a player's coach. So he y'all go out there have, he know the game. He know what it is, what we go through. So you go out there, just have fun. And then every year it just slows down, you know what I mean? You don't know about the spacing. You don't know about how big guys really are till you play against them. And then you kind of just like, okay, every time you play, you get a game under your belt, you like, okay, I know how this game works now.
Yeah, I just think it's obviously it's the experience that you need. Like they always say, experience is the best teacher.
Yeah.
When you first get in there, unless you grab a vet, and even if a vet grabs you and puts you under his wings, you still have to go through the
you
bumps
still got to
and
go
bruises.
through it. Like, he can tell you everything, you get answers to the test, but you got to go through it. To really
He can give you the
understand it.
answers, but you still got to go through it. And every night, has there been any moments in the league where it was just like, this was my moment? People talk about, man, this was my moment when I knew I was actually in the league. We talk about that all the time. Mine was Reggie Miller, because I had to chase this dude off these screens.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like it wasn't, anyone else that couldn't play, but just having to chase him at 6'7" and being able to shoot that ball. So what was your moment where you was like, I guarded this guy, and I went home that night like, man, this is crazy. I had to guard this dude, and he just did whatever he wanted to do.
Probably Steph. Luckily I had a good time guarding him, but
that's a
like
lot of people's nightmare right there.
yeah, man. Luckily I had a good time like guarding him. I did pretty well my rookie year, but I was just like, man, this is the first time I had a guard. Like that was the first time I couldn't relax. Like some dudes pass the ball, you can kind of relax like 1,
Yeah.
2 seconds. Like he ain't going nowhere. He's staying in the corner.
Yeah.
Him is like he passing it, but he coming off 3 or 4 more screens.
Yeah.
He coming off, he sends somebody else up. So like that's the first time where like you ain't got to help nobody else on defense. You just stay attached with Curry and you'll be all right. Don't let him much outside, but he passed it, and that's when he most dangerous, when he not really with the ball, because he coming off 2 guys might set 2 flare screens for him. Draymond might slip, so you kind of just got to be on high alert for him at all times. But he's just so deadly with the ball, without the ball. And I was just like, after the game, like, man, like, I was Steph Curry, you know what I mean, one of the guys
Right.
you aspire to be. So, it was fun playing him for sure.
Yeah. Now, do you set short-term goals, long-term goals, or anything during the season? Like this month, I'm going to make sure everybody that I guard is shooting under a certain percentage, or I'm going to try my best to get to the line. These are my goals on what I want to do. Team-wise, I'm trying to go eat dinner with 3 or 4 guys that I know I haven't talked to, just so we can get close or whatever. Any of those things, like, do you, or it just might just be personal stuff. You know, I want to eat a certain way this month, and I'm gonna that goal of just not eating any sugar, anything with sugar. I'm not gonna do sodas. I'm not gonna do whatever. You know, you probably don't do that anyway. But is there any goals or anything like short term or long term that you set for yourself during the season?
Short term goals probably just like being disciplined, like with my body. Like this was like I was like try to give myself like my flowers. You know what I mean? Give yourself props in what you did. And I feel like this year was a big year. Every off day, I get in the weight room and just try to take care of my body. Even if it's like sometimes you have big lift days, or just like sometimes it's a little mobility stuff, but just getting in the weight room, make sure your body, you know what I mean, it's easy to sustain for 82 games, you know what I mean? So just doing that. I feel like I try to eat right the whole time. Got the chef here in Memphis, got Chef P with me all the time. So everywhere I go, I try to make sure I eat healthy. But during the season, basketball-wise, I have like long-term goals I set for myself, but not to look too far ahead in that aspect for me. Try to stay in the moment and just kind of take it day by day. But during the season, I have goals I set for myself, whether that be, or if I'm playing against, like, make sure he don't score over this amount of points. Like, wherever his average is, try to get it down by at least like 10 points, like one of the stars in the league or something like that. But just coming in every day, just take it day by day, just chip away. So to go kind of like for that day, for that game, prepare like for that game, each aspect for the short-term goals, whether it's a game I know if Kyrie's out, I have a little more opportunity, you know what I mean? Make sure to get X amount of assists or points, make sure Big Fella gets involved. And if we're on the road, we had one of the best teams, at least Dallas-wise, going out to eat. That builds a lot of chemistry, team camaraderie, because you got to really get to know your teammates, like who you going to war with, who you going to battle with. Like in college, you with everybody every single day, 24 hours. Like you in a weight room, you eating together, living together. Like now it's kind of more like, yo, let's grab something to eat. Like here with 4 or 5 guys. Then the next day, I'm not on the court. I'm hitting you to pass a little, mean a little more when I hit you for that scissor. You know what I mean? So it mean a little bit more, and you like looking for guys like that. So it's good to have that team camaraderie for sure.
Yeah, we've been talking about the work part of it because you grind and you work all the time. Let's talk about the play. They call you international Q. You're going out of the country now. Let's talk about the travel now. That you get afforded the blessings of being in the league is you have the money to be able to do whatever you want, and you get favor with being in the NBA, with people wanting to see you overseas or whatever. Just talk about that side of the league as well.
Yeah, luckily I've been, we're all blessed in the NBA to have a good amount of money and kind of do things we want to do. So I feel like I love kind of like that overseas life, just the slow over there. That everybody takes their time. Nothing's rushed. Nothing's really too planned. So just going over there and just, experiencing life, doing new things. You don't want to be so consumed and have basketball take over your life. Even though it's who we are, you don't want it to kind of be let it consume you too much where you kind of forget about who you are as a person. So I feel like I always try to go over there when the season ends for about like a week and a half, maybe take one of my friends. I know I always do a trip with my mom. I'll probably maybe take over there like I did like last year or something like that, and just kind of just enjoy life, calm down a little bit, just understand and bless and be thankful for the people that are helping you, put you in a position to be successful, push you every day. So just always doing that. I love just going up there, getting away from that American lifestyle where you might see, you go to every city in the country, somebody gonna know you. That's kind of how it goes. You go over there, nobody know really. They might think you're a basketball player because you talk, but go over, nobody really know you, and just kind of just be in your own world a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's all a beautiful thing, man, because we're all blessed. We're blessed to do something. I did something that I would do for free. We get paid millions of dollars for, right? Are there any business ventures with you? Do you have anything that's going that you want people to know about, or you like, hey, now I'm getting into this business-wise?
I actually got a couple of things coming up at the end of August. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can talk about it right now.
Okay, you just got some stuff going on.
They'll see it going on in the short term once I sign a contract and everything. But slowly, just building up that image of who you are. Talking to brands. Like you said, just being the image out there. What you can do with social media on TikTok, Instagram, to try to put yourself out there and just as much good light as possible, so people know more about who you are other than the basketball player. Because everybody know we all play basketball, but people want to know, what do you like to do? What do you like to eat? Who do you like to hang out with? Do you like to do X, Y, and Z? What do you do in your free time? People really enjoy that aspect about learning more. So do I about other stars. You know what I mean? I go home, I want to know whatever Serena Williams was doing, Tom Brady. I don't know what Bron doing. Like, you want to know about what people doing in that kind of regular day-to-day lifestyle.
Yeah, that's all great, man. I know from the last conversation we had on here to now, the maturity is still there. You're a vet. We can call you a vet now. It just is what it is. You're not an old vet.
I heard
You're just
the
a
best
young
is
vet.
like at least 8 years. I was like, but 5, I'll take it though.
Five. I'm just telling you, you've
it.
been in the league long enough. As long as you pass 3 years, to me, you understand what I mean by vet is that you know how it goes now.
Yeah.
There's nothing that's just going to shock
It's supposed to look like.
OG is the one that's been in a long time.
Yeah, OG.
So
that one might hurt me when I get that one.
So the vet part of it is you get it now.
Yeah.
You see it for what it is. You understand the mindset. You understand the business side of it. And you don't let it overwhelm you to where you can't have fun and still do what you like to say, take care of your loved ones and the people that have brought you along the way. So for me, I just love everything about it. You're growing. Again, I say this right here, and we'll play this when it happens. Future All-Star, Quentin Grimes. I appreciate you coming on here, my man.
Yes, sir.
It's good working with you. Thank you guys for tuning in again. My 2 Cents Podcast. Peace.